a great grandmother. Not only that, the family and the Samaj, in my imagination, have lost a few true Baba's Bhatta, and I would not be short of saying he was a Veerbai, an avatar of Veerbai. I request the family members first, Anish to come and say a few words in memory of his belated mother.
Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Charan, Baba Nijay. On behalf of me, my sisters, and all of the Thobhani family, I want to take a moment to tell you a little bit about our mum, Indiraben Nathalal Thobhani. She was not just a mum to us, but a mother to many people. She was mum, Ari, Dadi, baby Daddy Ma, Nani, Papa, Papa Nani, but she was also Bhabi to so many people. She was Motaba, she was Kaki, Mami, Moti Bear, Mota Faye, Mota Masi. Each of these roles she fulfilled with the same level of duty and devotion. She got married in 1960 at the age of 17, moving to Soroti, joining a family with a household of 8 brothers and 8 sisters. Now, a daunting task for anyone, but for her, a commitment and strength to support the family and the traditions is clear from early on. Then, Bapa Pragatya in 1965, where we had thousands of visitors from all over Africa. And I would not be surprised if most of you or your parents had actually visited Soroti to see Bapa's residence. When Mum came to the UK in 1972, she came with 4 of us. Me, my elder sister Rita, Tina, and then Shruti. So not only did she come to a new country where she didn't speak English, my dad wasn't there, he was still back in Soroti, but she found the strength to really continue and fight for the family. We spent a short time with my Nana and Nagina, and her real desire was to rent a house herself and start to create a family home for us all. The family then came together when my dad arrived, and we started a family business. Again, a daunting task for many, but again, she balanced her role at home in an extended family and working in the shop 7 days a week. Now, Jalal Baba, as you've heard, has been in her life for a long time. And Mum naturally took the devotion when my Ba passed away, which she carried on with real pride until the end. The weekly satsang and the events at Baba's mandir at our home, but we still had the times where Baba was Pragatya. She would really enjoy those satsangs. And I can see quite a few of the satsang mandir doctors here today. Most of the people that came remember that after the satsang, there would always be prasadi and had famous chai, which I think lots of you would enjoy. Then, as you heard earlier, we would organize the annual Jalan Jayanti. Now, that event organized for the family, by the family, but the real driving force behind the entire organization was Mom. She was someone that did that in the background. She made it so easy for us to turn up and have the events. In the background, 6 months earlier, she'd be collecting all the little bits together so it was easy for us to have that event. And that really sort of highlighted how she worked with the family and the community. She had an undeniable way of being there for everyone, whenever they needed help or advice. She was devoted to the family and all the traditions that go with a big family. She was a fountain of knowledge, both of the family traditions, but also the Hindu Dharma and Sabha. But she never did anything just for herself. It was through dedication to make it better for somebody else. Now, Mom took up her responsibility as one of the elders of our family, and she continued this with great strength when my dad passed away. Now, she somehow seemed to find an inner strength to continue and support such a big family through various different challenges and changes that we all went through, and still keep up as a big guy. So how best to describe Mum? Devotion and dedication. As I said, an inner strength. She always found that somehow to be able to cope. Independence. She stayed alone and carried on and exceeded some of the work the family started to do, even when we lost our dad over 17 years ago. She was always on time, never late. She hated being late. Very particular about how she dressed and how we all behaved at various moments. She was very graceful and dignified. Very decisive. When she makes up her mind, do something, no matter how difficult it is, she will do it. And she never wanted to make it difficult for anyone else, even though it might make it hard for herself. I think most of you will agree she was an excellent cook and a great cook. She never let anyone leave without eating. She gave advice, but not to make herself look good. She gave the best advice at that moment. So she did it with true compassion and real truth in her words. So when we hear people talk about Mum, they normally think about Papa and feeding. Now, if you think about Papa's values and his work, that was the center of his thinking. Always helping others and feeding them. And I can't see a better way of describing how my mum lived and our mum lived throughout the time. She was selfless and hardly did anything for herself, but thinking about others. And she has taught us a lot about devotion to the family and Baba. Even when it may be difficult, you've got to keep your strength and focus on what you believe in. Even though she was a stickler for tradition, she was very progressive in her thinking and how the family and our traditions should evolve. So she's now taken on some of the responsibility to try and make it easier for the next generation of the family to continue to work in the society that we live in. She's a big loss for the whole family and the community. But we feel she's left a legacy with Baba Seva and, more importantly, to our family. Now, all of us, are extremely proud and feel blessed to have such a devoted and inspirational soul in our life. And it's easy when you stand up here and someone's gone away to say nice things. And the only way I can describe it is this afternoon, we went to darshan of Mum. And with my sisters, when we stood around her, there was a real calmness and peacefulness that she had already connected with a higher being that gave us the strength that we have lost someone really big, but actually we were privileged to call her our mum. We were privileged that she was in our lives. Finally, on behalf of the family, I'd like to thank you all for your kind messages of condolences and support which has helped us during this period. Thank you all to the family and friends who have continued to support us, and I know will continue to support us throughout. And as Mum would say, all of you, and you know who you are, you've really helped us at our time of our need. Jai Krishna and Jai Ram.
જય શ્રી કૃષ્ણ. આજે આપણે સૌ ખૂબ જ ભારે હૃદયે ઇન્દિરાબેન નાથાલાલ થોભાણીની શ્રદ્ધાંજલિમાં આપણે ઉપસ્થિત થયા છે. ઇન્દિરાબેન 21 મે 2023 ના રોજ ઉંમર વર્ષ 80 આપણા અને એના પરિવાર જેટલી અચાનક વિદાય લીધી. આપણે સૌ જાણીએ છીએ કે જેનો જન્મ છે એનું મૃત્યુ છે જ, પણ અને જન્મ અને મૃત્યુ વચ્ચેની જે એની યાત્રા છે પરિવાર સાથે જોડાતા જ્યારે એ પરિવાર વચ્ચેથી વિખૂટા પડે છે ત્યારે જેટલું પરિવારને દુઃખ થાય તેનાથી વધારે દુઃખ એને થાય છે કે હું આ મારો થોડો પરિવાર મૂકીને જાઉં છું. આપણી આગળ તો એના ફોટાની યાદી તો છે, એની આગળ તો એ પણ નથી. આપણે તો એને હર હંમેશા યાદ કરતા રહેશું. કારણ કે ભગવાન પોતે બધે નથી પહોંચી શક્યા, મહાન અવતાર રૂપે ભગવાન વ્યાયમાં છે. તો માતાશ્રીનું દુઃખ જેટલું પરિવારમાં થાય એટલું કોઈને ના થાય, અને એની યાદ આપણે કોઈ ના ભૂલી શકીએ. તો આપણે પ્રભુ પાસે પ્રાર્થના કરી, હે પ્રભુ, ઇન્દિરાબેનનો પવિત્ર આત્મા આપના ચરણમાં આવ્યો છે, એમને જગા આપજો, શાંતિ આપજો. સાથે સાથે અનીશભાઈ અને અમીષાબેન થોભાણી પરિવાર ઉપર જે કંઈ દુઃખ આવી પડ્યું છે એ પણ સહન કરવાની શક્તિ આપજો. થોભાણી અને દાવડા પરિવાર પર પણ જે દુઃખ આવી પડ્યું છે એ સહન કરવાની શક્તિ પ્રભુ બધાને આપે, એવી હું પ્રાર્થના લેસ્ટર મહાજન ટ્રસ્ટ વતી, લેસ્ટર મહાજન વતી, રામ મંદિર વતી, મહિલા મંડળ વતી પ્રભુ પાસે પ્રાર્થના કરું છું. સર્વને જય શ્રી કૃષ્ણ. આજે એક બે અગત્યની જાહેરાત કરવાની છે, તમારા બધાનો સાથ સહકાર જોશે, તો પ્લીઝ અમને સાથ સહકાર આપજો. જેટલો નાણા આપ્યો